Hello, I'm Ishai, CTO at LinRB. Today I'm going to talk about dev-aware FinOps and how we take FinOps to go more above just cloud resources and dev tooling, move into the full picture of what are the costs for building, delivering, maintaining software projects and services. So, what is FinOps? This is a word that gets thrown around a lot recently. Um, Lots of different definitions. I want to focus on the three tenets of FinOps as both for tooling and also FinOps teams and their focus. So, number one, visibility, understanding is my cloud spend going, how is that split across the different parts of my product or my service. Um, Basically, understanding all the bits and bytes of where are my dollars going. Then that leads to optimization. Once I know what's happening, I can begin to optimize. So I can work with my dev teams, with my DevOps, prioritize work to improve the cost, to negotiate better prices or reduce unused resources, a myriad of options to optimize my cloud costs and improve my margin and understand how to deliver a software project or product with less cost. And the third tenet is the financial reporting. So FinOps works closely with finance teams because they need to understand from that visibility, what is my cost of goods sold, what is my COGS, my margin. It's not just about reducing the dollars that I'm spending, it's also about mapping them correctly so that my finance team can create the right financial reporting, which is important for company valuation, for correct reporting to authorities, and to allow investors to understand the dynamics and the future of the company based on SaaS services or other software projects. So why FinOps? Why now? Why is this so important in getting all that interest? So many things combining. 2023. This is the year of efficiency. With the with the economic downturn, you have a new focus on sustained growth, on margins, on not just getting more growth at any cost. Investors want to know that companies are sustainable as they grow. Cloud spend is soaring. It's becoming a larger and larger part of the cost in a company, overtaking classic IT, and in particular in software and SaaS companies. It's a lot of the cost is there, growing globally more than 20% a year. Cloud introduced new dynamics in how to deliver software, which also enable smart FinOps tools. So there's great visibility into every piece of cost, every element that allows the FinOps industry to provide some value. And about a third of the cloud spend is waste, um, unused resources, machines that are too large for the service they're providing, all that variety. About a third of the cost is waste. So a lot of room for this explosion in FinOps, in tooling, in companies. This is now topping the cloud priorities, um, the priorities for cloud initiatives across companies. Everyone is focused on reducing my cloud costs and doing FinOps, setting up FinOps teams to work with finance and R&D and DevOps to get all of this benefit. But there's something missing. So FinOps today has a very narrow focus. It's all about machines. It's about less machines, less CPU, less storage, less networking, deliver the same SaaS service with less cost and paid to the cloud providers. Focusing on infrastructure, my Kubernetes costs. Sometimes we include SaaS costs in that, but it's about machines and those kind of processes. What about the humans? When I am building and maintaining and delivering a SaaS service or a software based product, humans are a huge part of the cost. And if I'm not looking into that part of the equation, I'm missing a lot. Um, Also, when you're looking at the way FinOps work today, it is about cost saving. The question is, can I save some dollars? It's almost never about can I produce more value. And as I'm going to show, um, translating a dollar saved into a dollar of value or several dollars of value takes time. So the focus on only cost saving and only machines is much too narrow and is missing a lot. So I want to suggest dev-aware FinOps in broadening our view to look not just at the machines but also at the developers. And developers are the company's crucial asset, probably the largest cost in most companies, and the key to providing value. Most of our companies provide value through software, so developers are really at the heart of value. Let's do some back of the envelope math to understand why this is so important. So, an average salary for a US based software engineer was going to be about 114K a year. And we have about almost 4.5 million developers in the States, and about 27 million global. Very different ways to count this, but let's look at these numbers. The total cloud spend for infrastructure and platform, I'm excluding SaaS for now, is about $400 billion today and growing, as Gartner says, about 20% year over year, a little faster than that even. But if you look at just the base salary for just the US devs, already eclipse the cloud spend. This is about $500 billion with this math. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. This is just direct salary. There is a lot of waste in software engineering work, depending on which source you look into. It can range from 30 to 60%. Wherever people are involved, there's going to be some inefficiencies with communication between developers, with requirements and building the code, and then bugs, and then deploying. So many places where work can have inefficiencies and where waste happens, and where we have opportunities to save costs by improving and reducing that waste. And it takes, I don't know, 3, 6, maybe 9 months to hire and onboard a new developer. So the dollars I'm saving with cloud and reducing my cloud spend, they're not immediately creating value. It takes time. If I put those dollars to, let's get another dev on the team with those dollars, it's going to take time to convert them to new value. But if I've just saved an hour of developer time, the developer can use that time to create new value. And typically they would invest their time in new value because that's what they do. So software cost reduced around the developer is much more effective and much more meaningful than those dollars saved just in cloud spend. So today, software development cost is like a huge blind spot. And what you see is organizations typically treat this as, okay, this is an HR thing. This is about headcount and salary, completely disconnected from the value these developers create, from the software projects that they run to improve and increase our products and services. And this disconnect also does not let finance report in a meaningful way about the cost of building and maintaining and running the software from the developer side. So let's dig in. What does practical dev-aware FinOps look like? Let's return to those 3 tenets. Visibility begins with understanding where is my actual cost going. I have different, software projects. I could be building a new product or feature, or fixing some bugs, or doing other non-functional work that will let me build faster in the future. My work either is, defined as initiatives or projects or tracks or what have you. If I can track the actual development work going in there and the actual developers and their time spent on these projects, now I have visibility on what does it actually cost me to create or run or maintain that project and that product. So that's the visibility part. Optimization, a myriad of options and tooling and smart ways to remove waste, to automate toil by developers, improve the communication. The example I'm showing here is a screenshot from a smart bot that lives in Slack and helps developers perform the PR review cycle and get code merged faster. All of these small things add up as huge optimization and improvements in productivity. So by employing some tools and by looking at the problem, I can reduce the waste and improve the efficiency of my developers. They typically also end up much happier because developers like to produce. Um, and the bottom line is I have more time, more developer time to put on new value. So I've optimized the projects that I'm working on and use that saving to create more value, push further with my features and my capabilities. And the third tenet is the financial reporting part. Finance needs help to understand exactly the costs going into building a new product. This may be capitalized investment, the costs going into maintaining an existing product. This could be part of the cost of goods sold. So bug fixing, maintenance, other incremental improvements, classifying those and understanding again the exact cost that goes into each even piece of the project, each Jira ticket, if you like, is crucial for finance to report correctly and to maximize the value of correct reporting. Today, finance needs to typically chase engineering managers to get high level estimates with, swim through a swamp of Excel sheets, which are based on estimates. And then finance needs to hedge so that because these are just estimates, so they can extract less value from the full cost that they can see. So financial reporting and empowering finance is crucial for DevAware FinOps to give you the full value. I want to double click on the visibility part and how to use that to optimize your development spend. So one of the most obvious and powerful ways to optimize the spend is to move the developer spend to the projects that really matter, to where your priorities are high. So this matrix helps me understand what to do with my current projects. Every project is mapped onto this matrix. So looking at the rows, I'm classifying my projects by business impact. Is this a high business impact? It's going to land on the first row. If it's a low business impact, I'm going to land on the bottom row. On the columns, I'm looking at my engineering efficiency, looking at the metrics that tell me inside this project, what is the current efficiency of my engineering teams and my developers and my process. And I'm using benchmarks to let me know if I'm an elite performing team or a fair or need focus process where there's lots of weights and room to optimize. So the project would land on the right hand side or on the left hand side based on the engineering efficiency metrics. So I can use this to decide whether I should invest more, move people to this project because it's high impact and has high efficiency. This is the boost resources cell here. Or maybe this is a medium business impact project with just fair execution. My focus should be on optimizing with existing resources, optimizing their work to gain more efficiency and not move more people to a project that is not already fine tuned and working at high efficiency. We can take a look at an example here. So this is now showing me my key projects for Q1, and I can see, for example, the second row. This is a high priority project, a high business impact project. Has about almost 8 full-time developers working on it in the quarter, but the execution is only fair. We can see cycle time, which is a crucial metric for understanding efficiency, is about 6 days. This is high. And this gives me an indication that there is waste here and there is efficiencies that we can help the team become more efficient, more productive with automations, with optimizations, as I mentioned. So my decision here would be to streamline. I'm keeping the same amount of people, but I'm streamlining their work to become more efficient. On the other hand, the third row, this is the medium business impact project of about the same size, but they have elite execution and engineering efficiency is very high. So even though it's just medium impact, I can keep this, the same amount of people, the same investment, because I know this is fine tuned and the dollars here and the time is well spent. So this is an example of how to use visibility and um, information from the engineering execution to give me um, a path towards optimization of my, the greatest spend, the developers working on those projects. If you're not doing DevOps or FinOps today, this is how you get started. Find your top priorities, your top dev projects, name them, and choose their desired investment levels. How many developers? What is the cost that you want to put there based on your business priorities? Then measure the actual effort. Actually get what is actually happening in these projects. Measure that, compare and adjust, and do that at least quarterly. And finally, begin to measure and benchmark the productivity of your dev org and the different projects, so you can know where do I need to spend time improving, reducing waste, optimizing, and where can I easily spend or move developer resources to get more value, because this is already a fine-tuned and productive project and team. Thank you, everyone. Inviting everyone to take a look at our free engineering benchmarks report to let you know where you stand in terms of your engineering metrics, and to begin tracking your resource allocation in your developer productivity with Linear B. Thank you very much.